Deep three for Nasanek, and he nails it. Hawkins, he finds it. Nagel for three. Drives not there, but the putback.
Step through move, kick it out. Connor, three on the way. Back.
Little highlight time.
Cuellar just goes hard.
Backed out for a three on the way. Down at Joe's.
Hawkins for three. Got it!
White was going to shoot the three.
Foot in the lane. Head fake going the long way.
Here's a long outside three and bang, down it goes.
Four on the shot clock. Turnaround jumper.
Got it.
Yes.
Out body travel.
I did too.
Up fake. Once, twice. Finally, Baylor puts it up and in.
Cuellar's not shy. Drives into the paint. Turns. And it falls. Trey. Tough shot. Oh, finally,
Dribble drive through. Connor to Jones with the bucket.
McFerrin back down. Open three. Hawkins buries it.
Gets him off. Now turns. Tough shot. He goes.
And look.
Great shot.
15 on the shot clock. Goes around the screen. Back out. That's a long outside three that goes down.
Seattle sports on YouTube.
It's amazing.
Have you subscribed? Brock and Salk.
Baseball, man.
Bump and Stacy.
There is always fire.
Wyman and Bob. Phenomenal. Stream the local sports leader live on YouTube. Seattle Sports.
We don't really think about it until this happens. Don't get backed up. Call Wesco Septic Service. They are the sustainable, environmentally friendly choice. Wesco uses a recycling process that returns clear, clean water. They offer septic service and repair for both King and Snohomish counties. Wesco Septic Service is a local, family-owned business, so you can count on reliable, environmentally friendly service. Call them today.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years. They are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Good evening and welcome to Lake Stevens High School for tonight's broadcast on STSPN and Seattle Sports featuring the Sedro Woolley Cubs and the Lake Stevens Vikings. I'm Mark Ockett bringing you the action along with Todd Elvig and Sarah Elvig here tonight as these two teams match up in a non-conference game at the beautiful Lake Stevens High School Gymnasium. Now coming into this game, you've got Sedro Woolley. They are a 3A team in the Northwest League. They're 4-3 in conference play, 6-4 overall for Lake Stevens. They are 4-1 in Wesco 4A play and 8-3 overall. So they are in second place. Sedro Woolley is in seventh place, and they are the highest ranking 3A team in the Northwest League. We'll talk more about that as the game moves along. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. First of all, for the Sedro Woolley Cubs, starting as a 6'1 senior guard, Jay Thompson. Also starting as a 6'3 senior forward, Samuel Schobler. Starting as a 6'1 senior guard, Clifford Padama. Also starting as a 6'5 senior guard, Ethan DeYoung. And wrapping up the starting lineup is a 6'6 senior forward, Isaac Johnson. The head coach for Sedro Woolley is Kevin Kesty. Now taking a look at the Lake Stevens Vikings. Starting as a 6'2 junior forward, Yeki Bekele. Starting as a 6'2 senior forward, Daniel Gazajo. Also starting as a 6'2 junior forward, Trayson Gibb. A 6'2 junior forward, Devin Freeman, and a 6'4 senior center, Gabe Allenson. The head coach for Lake Stevens is Alex Iverson. As you have them set to go out there, and Todd, I do believe we'll take a quick break. and then come back with play-by-play action here at Lake Stevens High School. Home of the Vikings, Sedro Woolley and Lake Stevens on STSPN and Seattle Sports app.
How is it that Bickford Ford in Snohomish is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford store? Maybe it's the Ford F-Series, America's most popular truck brand for 48 years. The extensive inventory, nearly 10 acres of it. Could it be location? Beautiful Snohomish? That all counts, but more likely it's the Bickford family, committed to the community since 1934. Discover the value, respect, and savings that can only happen at family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish, bickford.net.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back, and, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
This is Witch Doctor requesting immediate hot extra. Take it on.
Here on the team, you know, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boat.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
Welcome back, Lake Stevens High School. I'm Mark Ockett with Todd Elvig, and we have boys basketball here this evening featuring the Sedro Woolley Cubs and the Lake Stevens Vikings. The officials for tonight's game are, I tell you, these are familiar names: Steve Landreau, Mike McFadden, and Tony Cherlin. Those guys have been around a long time, very reliable. They call great games, and we're very fortunate to have them with us, calling the games, officiating out there tonight here at Lake Stevens High School. The Lake Stevens band, the Purple Thunder drum line you'll hear in the background, they are very good, and they're right across from us, so we definitely get to hear a lot of them throughout the game. And I'll tell you, they dropped that flag out of the ceiling, and that is a spectacular sight. The American flag, and wow, it's the biggest one of those I've seen that rolls out of the ceiling I've ever seen. Snohomish has a great one. I've seen them in a couple other places, but man, that is awesome.
Well, of course, Snohomish has one.
Well, yeah, it's a great place for Americans, and so is this right here at Lake Stevens. That flag donated by the Kiwanis of Lake Stevens for the military veterans of Lake Stevens, and we all thank you. So Lake Stevens with the basketball down low. Nice turnaround move. Quick magic right there by Gabe Allenson. Works his man, gets the quick 2 points as Lake Stevens is on the board here in the first quarter. Non-conference action here mixed in with the conference action and in the other direction. So each team starts out with a basket up close and inside. That is Ethan DeYoung. He averages 29 points per game. Working on the outside as Sedro Woolley tries to match up. Both teams have some height out there, and there's a pick. And the Cubs going to bring it into front court. As Lake Stevens matches up, you see Lake on the uniforms. Nice step-in move. Traveling is called. So each team with a turnover. Very quickly here within the first minute of action, we are tied 2-2. And again, thanks to all our sponsors involved with STSPN and Seattle Sports. As Lake Stevens will bring it out of backcourt. Yeki Bekele handling it in that point guard position. Devin Freeman taking a look in and drops it off. Going the other direction. That is going to be 2 points for him and a 4-2 lead for Lake Stevens as they get back out on top. Sedro Woolley, long-range jumper. He's got 3 on that one. Clifford Tadema, who averages 14 points per game, nails that one. These guys, some guys on this team that light it up. 3 averaging over double figures. And a nice move, but a travel in the other direction. Wow. A couple travels called, 1 on each team. Not even 2 minutes into this one. And the ball thrown away by Lake Stevens just a little while ago as these teams looking to get into their methods and rhythm out there. Almost dragged the pivot foot. Good job maintaining it right there. Yeah, Sedro Woolley, plenty of time on the shot clock. Off the backside, and the quick rebound by Tyson Gibb. Goes the other direction. Yeah, good defense by Sedro Woolley as they block him off, trying to get into the paint. That's 3, but it comes off the backside of the rim. And right there is Clifford Tadema to get the rebound. Ethan DeYoung leads Sedro Woolley in boards as he has a total of average of 8. And there's a basket on the other direction as the Cubs are up now 7-4, 3-point lead here in the first quarter at Lake Stevens High School. Little bit of a, offensive foul. He gave him a push right there with the elbow. Dropped it into him, and that's going to be a foul called against Gabe Allenson, his first foul, first team foul, and a 3-point lead for Sedro Woolley. Again, they come in with a 4-3 record in conference play, and they average 10 points more than the opposition in conference play, up by 8.7 in overall play. They're 6-4 overall. That's a good one. Basket. Isaac Johnson coming through. He averages 13.6 rebounds per game. Pull-up jumper, not going to be good, but we've got 2 shots coming in the act of shooting. And so that is going to go against Sedro Woolley. So they have the biggest lead of the game so far at 5 points, 9-4. And at the foul line with 2 shots is going to be Devin Freeman. So each team with 1 foul. That foul is on Ethan DeYoung, his first foul. Next one on the way, right on the money. So both of those perfect. Coming through Devin Freeman. And he now has 4 points in the game. Going the other direction. Sedro Woolley kicks it out, tries to take it inside. Now nice weaving around, good step-in move. Gets it to drop. That's Ethan DeYoung. Takes it up to a 11-6 lead as Sedro Woolley coming out firing in this game. Thought about taking a shot right there. That's Bekele. And then it comes loose. Good defense by Sedro Woolley. Knocked out of bounds, and the Cubs forcing some pressure right there. Ryan Tilgman, who also plays on the great football team out here at Lake Stevens, entering the lineup. Also, Camden Howell is in for Sedro Woolley. 5-point lead for the Cubs. Both Sedro Woolley and Lake Stevens also have long-time, traditionally great wrestling teams. That ball is thrown out of bounds, and Sedro Woolley will have possession with 4:17 to go in the first quarter. This gymnasium, relatively new, I think within the last, 6-7 years, Todd? I believe 5 years, okay. Shot, way outside and perfect by Isaac Johnson. He's got 5 points, and the Cubs now up to an 8-point lead, 14-6. Just under 4 minutes to go. The great scoreboards here as well. They did it right when they rebuilt this school. The old gym was definitely showing age. Saved from going out of bounds and comes up a little short, having to adjust his shot. Sedro Woolley blasts out of backcourt now with the 8-point lead. Double team trying to shut him down. See if they can find a way to prevent Sedro Woolley from scoring. That is knocked away as the Cubs will end up with it once again. Down low inside, moving it around. Perfect. Great ball movement that time from Camden Howell to Ethan DeYoung. And he pops it in for a 10-point lead for Sedro Woolley. Building up a nice cushion right here in the first quarter. Step in. There's a great move. Gabe Allenson, he's got 6 points. And it's 16-8. Sedro Woolley on top. Timeout called, and that one called by Lake Stevens with 3:09 to go in the first quarter.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
And welcome back to Lake Stevens High School. Jay Thompson out there got a lot of facial hair. I couldn't even come close to that when I was in high school. Probably took till after I graduated from college before I could do that, and there's still some question whether I can. Sedro Woolley with the basketball in front court, moving it around the perimeter. They have an 8-point lead at 16-8. Now drop-off passes that rotating around coming through. Clifford Kadama down to 4 seconds on the shot clock. Cubs working inside. Good defense by Lake Stevens. And there's going to be a shot clock violation against Sedro Woolley. Each team now with 2 turnovers. Lake Stevens trying to get this down to a 6 or 5 point deficit as they come out of backcourt. They used their first timeout of the game. Each team gets 5 to get things started. And it was a 30-second timeout to talk things over with the same score of 16-8. Sweet looking drive, but just off the mark. And the rebound is pulled down by Isaac Johnson. Cubs in front court. Thought shot, thinks otherwise. Now down low, there it is. A good pass. And a foul is going to be called on the shot. So that's going to be 2 shots coming up. And there's a good pass to help set things up there. Fouls on number 1, Daniel Goss, and that is going to be his second team foul. Here's the first shot, and it is good. Coming through is Camden Howell. First trip to the line for Sedro Woolley in this game. Lake Stevens is 2 for 2. Howell averages 6 points per game. Eyes the hoop. Shot is going to bounce around and drop in. So back, it's a 10-point lead for Sedro Woolley as they've held command throughout this first quarter here at Lake Stevens High School. Spin move, broken up. Gets it back. And work hard for that basket, and he does. So, good move there and actually tenacious move by Lake Stevens to get the job done. Driving through, soft touch. DeYoung has got 8 points. Well on his way to his average of 29 points per game, and it's back to a 10-point lead, which has now happened 3 times for Sedro Woolley. They came out firing, have been throughout this game, and the defense excellent right there on the steal. Drive down the other direction, that's going to go off his foot, and it's going to go back to Lake Stevens. So still sitting at a 20-10 lead for the Cubs, and McKelly is going to come back in for Lake Stevens after he gets a breather. Devin Freeman will come out of the game. Lake Stevens having their work cut out from early here as we're getting closer to the 1 minute mark to go in the quarter. Shot In and out, off the rim, off the glass. Strong rebound by Isaac Johnson. Johnson coming out of backcourt, going coast to coast on this one. Passes off. Sedro Woolley's been moving the ball around nicely, just like what we're seeing now. Lots of time on the shot clock. It's just at 15, under a minute to go in the first quarter. Pull-up jumper. That's going to be off the backside of the iron. And we got a foul called. That's going to be, looks like, against Sedro Woolley. Call was against Camden Howell, his first foul. Second team foul. Grayson Hendry now enters the lineup for Sedro Woolley. Gabe Allenson is coming back in for Lake Stevens. 10-point lead for the Cubs as Lake Stevens will inbound in backcourt. Yeah, the scoreboards here, impressive. They put the logos, everything up. When they make these new facilities, it's really cool to see what kind of new technology they can put in. That's a travel call, and that is the fourth turnover against Lake Stevens. A couple of travels against them. A couple turnovers for Sedro Woolley. So the shot clock and quarter clock are just slightly off in favor of the quarter clock. Plenty of time for Sedro Woolley to move the ball around and work for the right shot here as they take their time. About 15 seconds now, obviously. Look for them to run the offense in about 2 seconds right here. As there it goes. Up top to the right side. You'd better take a shot there. He's only 1 second. Almost. That one off the glass on the front side of the rim. And it's the end of the first quarter. After 1 quarter here at Lake Stevens, Sedro Woolley leads Lake Stevens 20-10 in this non-conference matchup on STSPN and Seattle Sports app.
How is it that Bickford Ford in Snohomish is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford store? Maybe it's the Ford F-Series, America's most popular truck brand for 48 years. The extensive inventory, nearly 10 acres of it. Could it be location? Beautiful Snohomish? That all counts, but more likely it's the Bickford family, committed to the community since 1934. Discover the value, respect, and savings that can only happen at family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish, bickford.net.
Seattle Sports on YouTube.
It's amazing.
Have you subscribed? Brock and Salk.
Baseball, man.
Bump and Stacy.
There is always fire.
Wyman and Bob. Phenomenal. Stream the local sports leader live on YouTube. Seattle Sports.
Welcome back to Lake Stevens High School. Great to have you tuned in on Seattle Sports app and also STSPN. Mark Ockett along with Todd Elbig and Sarah Elbig here at the home of the Vikings. A 20-10 lead as Sedro Woolley has doubled up Lake Stevens through 1 quarter. Both teams 2 for 2 from the foul line. And they start the fouls brand new here in quarter number 2. I think it's the 3rd year where they switched to this format, and I really like it. So it started in college basketball for the women here about 12, 13 years ago. Lake Stevens going to get the handle on the basketball coming out of backcourt. They need to get some magic going right here. Quick ball handler. Tilgman, there he goes. Passes over on the right side. And that's going to rim off high. Strong rebound by Grayson Henry. They go the other way and slides off the rim. Out of bounds. Lake Stevens is going to get it back, and also back in for the Vikings will be Devin Freeman. Freeman with 4 points in that first quarter. 2 for 2 from the line. Have Ethan DeYoung as the leading scorer in the game for both teams. He's got 8 points, had 4 two-point field goals in the first quarter. Lake Stevens out of backcourt. Looking to go inside. Sedro Woolley always having a hand in there. And they knock it away. There's a picked up and a drive in by Gabe Allenson. He's got 6 points now for Lake Stevens. Half of their points up on the board. Lake Stevens in the white uniforms with the gold letters and numbers and trim. Blue uniforms for Sedro Woolley. Yeah, that's right. Defensive player of the year. Or that was a kick.
Oh, they're playing soccer?
That's the other field across the way. Sedro Woolley will inbound, try to, knocked out of bounds. Good hustle by Lake Stevens. That's what gets you back into ball games. Head coach for Sedro Woolley, Kevin Kesty, calling out some plays and making sure his guys are listening to him, getting them into the right position, he hopes. There's a shot from way outside, comes off the backside. That's a three-point attempt. And Allenson gets the rebound. Leaves it back for Devin Freeman, who comes out of backcourt. Shut off. Strong defense there by Howell. Lake Stevens trying to go inside. A little tough right there. Howell's all over him. That's a beautiful move by Allenson. Seen him do that a number of times already. He's got 8 points, and those are inside. That foul is against Camden Howell. It'll be his second foul. First team foul. Isaac Johnson is now in for Sedro Woolley. He scored 5 points in that first quarter. Allenson with one shot coming up to try to complete the three-point play. And he does. 9 points for him. Lake Stevens is 3 for 3 from the foul line. They committed 4 turnovers in the first quarter and 3 by Sedro Woolley. So it's down to a 5-point lead as Lake Stevens trying to get a steal right here near midcourt. They do. Finally get a hold of it. There's a nice pass. Look at that. Yes. Tilgman to Trayson Gibb. And it's just a 3-point lead for Sedro Woolley. A 7-0 run for Lake Stevens. Looked like a steal. Could still be in a foul on Sedro Woolley. Let's see how they sort this out.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I thought that the way that that ball was played that it was going to be a foul against Sedro Woolley, but they're going to call it on Gibb. That's his first foul, first team foul, as those are even here in the second quarter. And Sedro Woolley will inbound up by just 3 points now as the Lake Stevens spinning off 7 in a row here at Lake Stevens High School. Slick pass like that, way off. That goes out of bounds. And it's going to be indicated as touched last by Lake Stevens. So Sedro Woolley will have the basketball. Clinging to that 3-point lead. Lake Stevens kicking it in gear. Handling the ball now is DeYoung. Again, he averages 29 points per game and has 8. None so far here in the second quarter, though. Takes the pass, steps in, dishes off. There you go. 3 points for Jay Thompson. His first 3 points of the game. That was an excellent pass by DeYoung, who found him over on the right wing. Around the perimeter, Lake Stevens back up top, wide open. Down it goes. Trayson Gibb. He's having himself a good quarter. 5 points for him and 5 points for Allenson as they've been able to come back in this one. Just a 3-point lead for Sedro Woolley, and he gets the bounce. Tadema now up to 5 points in the game. Hit a 3-pointer in the first quarter. And a 5-point lead for Sedro Woolley as this one gets a little bit more exciting after the Cubs had 3 times built up that big lead of 10 points. Allenson takes it in. Yeah, he's fun to watch. Now has 11.7 in the quarter. Look at that steal. Can't close it out. Nice defensive play, though.
Oh, timeout.
Timeout has been called by Sedro Woolley. Yes, each team has used one. This is a 30-second timeout, and we'll take a quick break and keep it right here during the timeout. Todd, how you doing? I know you're keeping busy with a lot of games.
I've got a Sedro Woolley story.
Well,
it's
sure.
a good one.
At least you can start it, or we can whenever you're ready.
It's really quick. We're trying to digitize the old tapes that we had of the kids when they were little.
Oh, okay.
Well, we didn't have a camera. Went out and looked on Facebook Marketplace. Found one in Sedro Woolley.
Oh, okay.
Woolley. And drove up there and got it.
Well, that's good. I'm glad they could accommodate you up there in Sedro Woolley. Locals will refer to it as simply Woolley.
Oh, do they?
times. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know that.
That up in that great neck of the woods, beautiful up there. All right, 3-point game as Sedro Woolley. The Cubs will have the basketball. And making it forward here, DeYoung. He's capable of doing a lot of things. Scoring, rebounding, passing, very complete player. 14 on the shot clock. DeYoung was shut off. That's a good matchup with Allenson on DeYoung. There's a shot from outside that would have been a three-pointer. Blake Stevens clogging it up, and coming back through will be DeYoung. He gets the basket, and it's a 5-point lead for Sedro Woolley coming up on halfway through the second quarter here at Lake Stevens.
You know, the Cubs, they're executing very well.
Yeah, they are, and their ball passing has been impressive so far in this first half. We've seen a couple of really good plays to go inside and nail some baskets. Okay, here we go. Sedro Woolley coming out of backcourt. This guy is slick. Blocked off. It's going to be a foul against Lake Stevens. Let Mr. Landro make the call there. That's going to go against Trayson Gibb, his second foul. Second team foul. Number of substitutions for both teams. No foul shots on this one. 2 team fouls against Lake Stevens, 1 against Sedro Woolley. They got a really cool scoreboard operation, that what you use to make it work. Panel, that's what I'm thinking about. Missed shot by DeYoung. Pulls down the rebound, keeps it alive. Lots more time back on the clock. Ooh, loses a handle on it. Battle on the floor, and Lake Stevens scrappy in this quarter, getting the ball going the other direction. Oh, that's a tough miss right there. Just too much momentum as he took it in, came off the basket. Sometimes you just got too much energy going as you go through there, and he couldn't quite close the deal. And Allenson is having himself a great game with 11 points, 7 here in the second quarter. The Cubs will get it back with a 5-point lead. At the end of the first quarter, if you're just tuning in, it was 20-10, and that was the third time in the quarter that Sedro Woolley had a 10-point lead. There's that ball movement that we've been recognizing. Sedro Woolley doing a really good job with it, and it worked to perfection. That time, Thompson gets it to Johnson, who turns around and pops it in. You got some height out there for Sedro Woolley, no doubt about that. They're in a really big league, too. Lots of teams in there. Spins out of there. Cubs. Now they lose the handle, trying to get after it. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be turned back over to Sedro Woolley. Lake Stevens with 6 turnovers. Sedro Woolley now with 5, with 2:33 left in the second quarter.
I'll be amazed if they can keep this kind of energy up the whole game.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun seeing how fast they've been moving around out there, and just great hustle. Both teams. Lake Stevens standing out a lot on their scrappy defense. Sedro Woolley, their offense has been amazing with how they've moved that ball around. Lake Stevens with the basketball in front court. They got fresh 30 on the shot clock after that miss. Spin move. Defense shuts him down, and perfect from outside. Yeki Bekele. 3 points. Cuts it down to a 4-point Sedro Woolley lead. Nice hustle there by Brian Tilgman. But it stays with Sedro Woolley. Again, Lake Stevens hustling hard on that defense, trying to create some opportunities for themselves, and it's been working here in the second quarter. That's where when you take the timeout or you have the quarter break and you say, okay, here's something we've spotted. Here's something we want you to do to change the course of things out there. And again, great defense comes up just a little short. That's a heck of a move to get it done. It took a lot for Sedro Woolley to get inside like that, and DeYoung to cap it off with the basket. Back to a 6-point lead as Lake Stevens comes into front court. But, yeah, the pace of this game is a lot of fun. You know, you get started, you sometimes wonder, okay, how's it going to go? Oh, drops it in to Kelly. 5 points in the quarter. That's his total for the game. And Lake Stevens hanging right with him here. Coming up on a minute to go. There's a long-range jumper. It's perfect. Ethan DeYoung, 7 in the quarter, 15 in the game. He averages 29, and he has looked spectacular here in this first half. Lake Stevens into front court now. A little dangerous going inside like that. For the Vikings, that's Freeman. They're moving it, but Sedro Woolley picking him up on defense throughout. There's a long-range bomb right there. Devin Freeman nails it. So they're matching each other. 24 on the shot clock here. About 0.4 seconds higher on the quarter clock, just like last quarter. Sedro Woolley moving the ball around, a little slower pace. They'll start kicking it into gear here in just a few seconds. They've been doing a great job working inside. Okay, 7 seconds. Usually it's 7-6 right in there. Into front court, a little deeper, and the drive going to come up empty. Well, they worked hard, but came up empty with no points on that possession, and so Sedro Woolley does have the 4-point lead, 34-30. They led by 10 at the end of the first quarter. Lake Stevens trimming 6 off in that second quarter, and it is halftime here at Lake Stevens High School. Fast pace, fun pace, great high school basketball, and we'll be back in a bit for the second half. Stay tuned.
We don't really
STSPN
think about it until this
Sports.
happens. Don't get backed up. Call Wesco Septic Service. They are the sustainable, environmentally friendly choice. Wesco uses a recycling process that returns clear, clean water. They offer septic service and repair for both King and Snohomish counties. Wesco Septic Service is a local, family-owned business, so you can count on reliable, environmentally friendly service. Call them today.
Attention law enforcement. You took an oath to protect and serve. To keep your family, your neighborhood safe. But in too many cities, dangerous illegals walk free as police are forced to stand down. Join ICE and help us catch the worst of the worst. Drug traffickers, gang members, predators. Join the mission to protect America with bonuses up to $50,000 and generous benefits. Apply now. Join.ice.gov and fulfill your mission.
How is it that Bickford Ford in Snohomish is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford store? Maybe it's the Ford F-Series, America's most popular truck brand for 48 years. The extensive inventory, nearly 10 acres of it. Could it be location? Beautiful Snohomish? That all counts, but more likely it's the Bickford family, committed to the community since 1934. Discover the value, respect, and savings that can only happen at family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish, bickford.net.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Here on the team, you know, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boat.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
Seattle Sports on YouTube.
It's amazing.
Have you subscribed? Brock and Salk.
Baseball, man.
Bump and Stacy.
There is always fire.
Wyman and Bob. Phenomenal. Stream the local sports leader live on YouTube. Seattle Sports.
Marines are made for this. Made for the calling only warriors can answer. Made from an unshakable belief in our nation and the strength that comes from the determination to win together. But you'll have to earn your place among us, because you don't join the Marines. you become one.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Deep three for Nasanek, and he nails it. Hawkins, he finds it. Nagel for three. Drives not there, but the putback.
Step through move, kick it out. Connor, three on the way. Back. Little highlight time.
Cuellar just goes hard.
Backed out for a three on the way. Down it goes.
Hawkins for three. Got it.
White is going to shoot. Hit the three.
Flip
in the lane. Head fake going the long way.
Here's a long outside three and bang, down it goes.
Four on the shot clock. Turnaround jumper. Got it. Yes.
Out body travel.
I did too.
Up fake. Once, twice. Finally, Baylor puts it up and in.
Cuellar's not shy. Drives into the paint. Turns. And it falls. Trey. Tough shot. Oh, finally,
Dribble drive through. Connor to Jones with the bucket.
McFerrin backed out. Open three. Hawkins buries it.
Gets him off. Now turns. Tough shot. He goes
and look.
Great shot.
15 on the shot clock. Goes around the screen. Back out. That's a long outside three that goes down.
We don't really think about it until this happens. Don't get backed up. Call Wesco Septic Service. They are the sustainable, environmentally friendly choice. Wesco uses a recycling process that returns clear, clean water. They offer septic service and repair for both King and Snohomish counties. Wesco Septic Service is a local, family-owned business, so you can count on reliable, environmentally friendly service. Call them today.
Attention law enforcement. You took an oath to protect and serve. To keep your family, your neighborhood safe. But in too many cities, dangerous illegals walk free as police are forced to stand down. Join ICE and help us catch the worst of the worst. Drug traffickers, gang members, predators. Join the mission to protect America with bonuses up to $50,000 and generous benefits. Apply now. Join.ice.gov and fulfill your mission.
We're back live at Lake Stevens High School. And a beautiful setting here, a great band, and we are so happy to have you tuned in on the Seattle Sports app, as well as STSPN. I'm Mark Ockett with Todd Elbig and Sarah Elbig. We got a 4-point game. Sedro Woolley with the 4-point lead over Lake Stevens. Sedro Woolley with a very strong first quarter, outscoring Lake Stevens 20-10. And then Lake Stevens came back and outscored Sedro Woolley 20-14. So it's definitely eased up for Lake Stevens as far as the deficit. And that really comes down to just good old hard play out there on the floor with the excellent defense, and Sedro Woolley moving the ball around very well offensively, which has certainly helped for them. Their leading scorer is Ethan DeYoung. He's got 15 points, 8 in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter. Clifford at Tanema has 7 points, 3 for Jay Thompson, also 2 for Camden Howell, and 7 for Isaac Johnson. They are 2 for 2 from the foul line and committed 8 turnovers. For Lake Stevens, Yeki Bekele has 5 points. Also 2 points for Daniel Gazao, 5 points for Trayson Gibb, 7 points for Devin Freeman, and Gabe Allenson has a total of 11 points, 4 in the first quarter, and a total of 7 in the second quarter. They are 3 for 3 from the line. So while neither team has shot a lot, they're perfect. 5 for 5 combined total, and Lake Stevens has the basketball. They will now go from right to left as you are viewing. In the white uniforms, purple numbers and letters and trim. Sedro Woolley in the blue and white combination. As Lake Stevens rotates around off the side of the backboard. They had a good view of the basket that time, but just couldn't get it to drop. The Cubs go to our right now. Lake Stevens shutting him off, but not enough. That is going to work for Tanema. His 8th and 9th points of the game, and the Cubs back to a 6-point lead.
What happened?
Lake Stevens led 2-0 and 4-2, and since that time, Sedro Woolley has been in command of it. Cubs coming out of backcourt, pull-up jumper, and it'll drop in. He's got great touch. That's DeYoung, now 17 points in the game as he lights it up. Now, Lake Stevens is on a 3-game winning streak. They started off the new year with a victory on January 2nd against Cascade. It was at Cascade, 91-27. Hello. There's the shot. Grimm's out of there, and the Cubs get the rebound. That's Isaac Johnson. He's got 4 of them in the game so far. Sedro Woolley into front court. Lake Stevens, he looked like a Harlem Globetrotter dribbling down low like that. As the Vikings go the other direction after the steal, and Gibb has got the basket. 6-point lead for Sedro Woolley. Lake Stevens got it down to 3 points in that first half. They needed to do something along those lines, or it was going to be very one-sided. But unfortunately, like that, with the defense on the trap up high, forcing opportunities, and that's really been making a difference as Lake Stevens, their hands are all over the place. It's paying off, going the other direction with the dribble drive. It's stolen away. Get a little sloppy and high with the dribble, and Sedro Woolley goes the other direction. There they go. That's Isaac Johnson off the glass. Is back to an 8-point lead. Johnson has 9 points in the game. Both teams low on fouls, too, in that first half. 2 for Lake Stevens in the first quarter, 2 in the second quarter. Sedro Woolley had 2 in the first and 1 in the second. What we got here? Foul's on Gabe Allenson, his second foul. First team foul for either team here. Each team has 4 timeouts remaining. And Sedro Woolley will come out of backcourt, and an opportunity right here with a 2-point field goal to be able to equal their biggest lead of the game just like that, as they've outscored Lake Stevens 6-2 so far here in the third quarter. A lot of traffic in there, a lot of bodies to try to get through, especially with the bounce pass, which can be dangerous in that much traffic. It's out of bounds, and going to be a turnover against Sedro Woolley, their 11th of the game, as Lake Stevens will bring it out of backcourt. Teams rotated around some with the substitutions in that first half, keeping the legs fresh, and I think for Lake Stevens, it really paid off in the second quarter. With their scrappiness, showed they were springing pretty well out there. There you go. There's a missed shot from three-point land by Bekele. Here comes Sedro Woolley out of back court. He's open over on the right wing, and that was just off the backboard. Good rebound. Look at that ball movement. Just out of there. Well, it was a good look for DeYoung, but he couldn't get it to fall. Excellent acrobatics there as Allenson takes the pass, takes it in. That's a big basket for Lake Stevens to get it down to 6 points. Left-handed shooter, and it's perfect. Isaac Johnson now with a total of 12 points in the game, 5 here in the quarter. 5 of the 9 scored by Sedro Woolley, and they've got that lead back up to 9 points. Lake Stevens loses the basketball, turning it over for the 11th time as Sedro Woolley comes out of backcourt. Now watch how they move this ball around here. Slick, he cuts through, but again, you had 3 Lake Stevens players in there. There's just a lot of bodies to try to get through, and he put it on the floor and it came loose. There's the shot, drop in, nice teardrop for Bekele.
Yeah, I think they got to watch that inside stuff because they've lost the ball several times now.
Yeah, it's been with the way Lake Stevens' defense has been. Now he's going to follow up and get it there. 30-second timeout. And so that is going to be making it a 9-point lead once again for Sedro Woolley. We're just going to keep it right here. Keep it right here. And so what do you got tomorrow? North Creek, I think you said?
North Creek, Mount Si.
Oh, very good.
I think it's a little bit one-sided Mount Si, but you know what? I haven't seen either of the teams play yet. So
it's a great opportunity to get over there to North Creek, which is one of the newer schools in the school district over there. They got, Inglemore, Bothell, North Creek, Woodinville. Those are all in that North Shore school district and play at Pop Keeney Stadium.
Yeah, there's a few dollars over there.
Oh, and more power to them, because what happens is that building great high schools are excellent, whether it be in the academic form or also in facilities like we see right here at Pop Keeney Stadium, which is superb. It benefits these high school students and the traditions of these students that come through for many years. Lake Stevens with the ball in front court. Now that was one that he'd like to have back, I'm sure. 9-point lead for Sedro Woolley as they look to penetrate inside. They got their big guys a little bit out away from the basket. There's one of them right there, Isaac Johnson, who's having himself a good game. Drop off, step in, really smooth. He just couldn't get it to drop. That's where you got to have that little something extra with the focus to make sure you can get the basket after a great move like that. Steal and a basket so quick. How about DeYoung? Doing a great job with 19 points now. 13 turnovers for Lake Stevens. Sedro Woolley's got it up to an 11-point lead. Biggest lead of the game. 47-36, open for a 3, and it comes out of there. And that's one of the things hurting Lake Stevens here in the second half, is that their shooting, they have not been able to really connect on much, and we got a foul. That one's going to go against Camden Howell, his 3rd foul. First team foul against Sedro Woolley. Each team has 1. Ryan Tilgman is into the game for Lake Stevens. He's been playing some great defense in this game. Gives off to Bekele. Lake Stevens has their work cut out for him here as we're coming up on 2 minutes left in the quarter, 2:16 to be exact. Whoa. Hey. Getting a little physical out there, maybe a lot of physical. And they just hooked up, and the thing is, these guys are playing top form, they shake hands. They shake hands. It's just sometimes, how do you not get emotional and such when you're in a situation where, you're playing this hard, and they're very, very much playing at a high level. So that's going to go against Freeman, his 1st foul. 2nd team foul against Lake Stevens. I like that, though, shaking each other's hand and staying in the game and just going for it. Miss on the shot. Pulling the rebound down is Devin Freeman into front court now. Much rather see that passion and that energy towards it than just not really caring. But when you're at this high school level and you especially get some rivalries going, you have a timeout. Full timeout called by Lake Stevens, I do believe. No, Sedro Woolley will be back with more right after this on STSPN and the Seattle Sports app.
How is it that Bickford Ford in Snohomish is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford store? Maybe it's the Ford F-Series, America's most popular truck brand for 48 years. The extensive inventory, nearly 10 acres of it. Could it be location? Beautiful Snohomish? That all counts, but more likely it's the Bickford family, committed to the community since 1934. Discover the value, respect, and savings that can only happen at family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish, bickford.net.
Seattle Sports on YouTube.
It's amazing.
Have you subscribed? Brock and Salk.
Baseball, man.
Bump and Stacy.
There is always fire.
Wyman and Bob. Phenomenal. Stream the local sports leader live on YouTube. Seattle Sports.
We are at Lake Stevens High School, and Sedro Woolley is up by 11 points. They're actually going to give that timeout to Lake Stevens, so each team with 3 timeouts left. Lake Stevens with 2 team fouls here in the third, and 1 team foul for Sedro Woolley. 47-36. Cubs on top. Cubs with a steal. That was a slick-looking pass, but didn't quite get it out there enough as it's going back and forth. Look at that. Oh, if you're going to do that, you got to close it. You got to get that dunk. I heard a buzzer go off. The basket rocked around. I think they're going to give a tee for hanging on the rim. Yeah, that's exactly it. I had a hunch that was going to be it. And
they're going to have to be a little bit more consistent about that because all the games we've covered, we haven't seen any fouls for that.
Yeah, he was on it just barely, maybe enough to be called. It was very close. That's going to be a foul on the technical against Ethan DeYoung, his second foul.
Well, see, they want the dunk shirt.
Sure they do. And you don't get one of those on missed dunks.
Nope.
You got to nail it. I mean, it was looking good as he was going for it. You could tell that's what he was going to do, but even that close in, you just got to nail it exactly right. It's all about touch. So there's the first technical shot by Bekele. He's got 3 in the quarter, 8 in the game. This gives Lake Stevens a little chance to get back a little closer. They still have a ways to go, and we'll have the basketball. That helps. Down by 9 points. It was 34-30, Sedro Woolley at the end of the second quarter. So they've scored 13 points. Lake Stevens has 8. They got that deficit into single digits now. Vikings working inside with the jumper, having trouble connecting on those shots. That one's going to be almost thrown out of bounds. Phoenix Kelly with the basketball goes over on the right side. Nice. To Telgman, he nails it for 3 points. That helps Lake Stevens. They cut that 11-point deficit down to 6, almost cut it in half. And we have a whistle. Going to be a foul called. That one's going to go against Telgman, his first foul. 3rd team foul. No shot. Sedro Woolley will inbound. Up high. Oh, yeah. Landed down on somebody's arms right there. And it's going to be a foul called once again against Telgman for Lake Stevens, his second. 4th team foul. No shots yet. One more foul against the Vikings, and there will be shots no matter what. Just 2 team fouls against Sedro Woolley. We're under a minute to go here in the third quarter at Lake Stevens. Lake Stevens putting that defense on again. Feeling it a little bit with the comeback here. Comes loose, and the Vikings will get the rebound. Bekele out of backcourt. Almost traveled right there. Telgman again, just off the rim and going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Lake Stevens. sure you saw an arm come through there to just trying to get the basketball and batted it out of bounds, as Sedro Woolley will have the basketball. McKelly is back into the game, as well as Trayson Gibb. .9 on the clock. Plenty of time with the shot clock as well. Band keeping it good and loud in the student section right next to them across from us, as Sedro Woolley slowed down. And yes, each of the first 2 quarters, they had the ball to take it down to the end, and we saw a similar where they're working to get it under 10 seconds, in this case on the shot clock. So there we go. It's down to 7 now as they put some more urgency on it. They came up empty doing this at the end of the first half. There's a jumper off the side of the rim as the shot clock went off, but the ball was already off the rim, and then a travel at the end. So a whole lot of nothing for either team right there. And at the end of 3 quarters here at Lake Stevens High School, pretty good darn game right here. Sedro Woolley 47, Lake Stevens 41 on STSPN and the Seattle Sports app.
We don't really think about it until this happens. Don't get backed up. Call Wesco Septic Service. They are the sustainable, environmentally friendly choice. Wesco uses a recycling process that returns clear, clean water. They offer septic service and repair for both King and Snohomish counties. Wesco Septic Service is a local, family-owned business, so you can count on reliable, environmentally friendly service. Call them today.
Seattle Sports on YouTube.
It's amazing.
Have you subscribed? Brock and Salk.
Baseball, man.
Bump and Stacy.
There is always fire.
Wyman and Bob. Phenomenal. Stream the local sports leader live on YouTube. Seattle Sports.
We're back here. 4th quarter action coming up. Thanks for being with us. We'll be at North Creek tomorrow, and it's Sedro Woolley leading right here 47-41. They led 34-30 at the end of the first half. So it stayed relatively close at the end of the 2 quarters, but Sedro Woolley has had an 11-point lead in this second half. Working to go inside. Watch out for Lake Stevens in those hands. There they are. They've been very, very dominant in this game. They've got 15 turnovers they've caused, and it's going to be lost by Lake Stevens now. They're at 16, so teams are pretty even in turnovers. There's been a lot of high-energy, aggressive play on both ends. That's what's made this game fun, and this one's moved right along. Just an hour into it, and we are into the 4th quarter. Sedro Woolley will bring the ball out of backcourt. Handling it is Tadema. He's got 9 points and 3-point basket. So he comes through with the hoop, and 12 points right there. It's going to be the Cubs up by 9 points as Lake Stevens moves the ball. Good cross-court pass. He's going to be fouled. That's going to be 3 shots. 3 shots coming up for McKelly. That helps. Got to make them, though. Well, he did on that 2 technical foul shots.
Not a good move there.
Fouls on Jay Thompson. He gave another number to start with and then realized it was different. So McKelly goes to the foul line. He is 2 for 2. Now has 10 points in the game. This is a big one right here for Lake Stevens. You get 3 shots, and you were down by 9. Can definitely cut something into it right here, get it down to 6 points. Lots of ball game left, and he misses that 3rd one, but a good rebound. Got it. Over on the left side, that's 3 points, perfect. Gazao coming through. And a 4-point game. Lake Stevens trimming 7 off the 11-point deficit. This is what you like to see. Ball comes loose, knocked around. Vikings with it into front court now. Oh, big block right there. Helps out Sedro Woolley. as now they have a 2-on-2 going the other. Oh, there's going to be a whistle. Blocking foul. He was not in position. Yeah, I'll go with that call. So that's going to go against Gasao. That's his second foul. Second team foul against Lake Stevens here in the fourth quarter. The steady DeYoung is at the foul line and has that one rim out. His first trip to the line. Sedro Woolley is just 2 for 3 from the line. They've barely been there. 2 team fouls against Lake Stevens, 1 against Sedro Woolley. Tees it up again and perfection. 20 points for Ethan DeYoung. So 2/3 of the way to his 29 points per game average as Lake Stevens will work it out of backcourt. Over on the left side now, Vikings, lots of time on the clock. Wields it over the other direction, and that one's off the rim. Good. Might be, I think it's either going to be an over the back or going to go. Sedro Woolley's guy was down underneath him, so that was going to go against Schulberg, his first. That's team foul number 2.
I like how the crowd
Schulberg
likes
will
to get
come
into
out
it a little bit.
The crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're starting to hear some more vocal. Underneath, yes. Allenson, 15 points for him. So a lot of him in that first half had 11 points, so just 4, 2 in each quarter here in the second half. 3-point lead for the Cubs. It's down there. It's been a long time. When it was 30-27, it was like that. Well, doesn't stay that way for long as Isaac Johnson comes through with a basket. 7 points in the third quarter. He's got 16 in the game. And back to a 5-point lead for the Sedro Woolley Cubs. Yeah, Lake Stevens with a 3-game winning streak. They got that one big one against Cascade on January 2nd. On the 7th, they beat Mariner in a conference game, 61-54. And the Vikings cough it up right here. And then their last game was at Jackson in a close one. 57-55, rebound by Lake Stevens. Quickly down the other way. There was almost a little contact for a foul. Fires it up, not going to happen. Vikings just coming up short, and an offensive foul is called. That's going to go against Allenson, his third foul. I think that's right.
Yeah,
I think so.
I
mean, it just the position was set just in time. Allenson not happy about it, but that's just the competitiveness. He knows it was a close one. 3 team fouls against Lake Stevens here in the quarter, 2 for Sedro Woolley. Cubs with the basketball in the lane. He takes it, and again, stripped of the ball. And that's, you got 3 of those Lake Stevens players there, and Tugman comes down with it. It's a 3-point game. What a ball game here tonight at Lake Stevens High School. 53-50. Outcome yet to be determined. There it is. No doubt about that one getting determined by Jay Thompson. His second 3-pointer of the game, and it's back to a 6-point lead for Sedro Woolley. Well, some smooth shooting out there from the outside. I got to check and see how many threes these teams have, but we've seen a few nice shots out there from outside the arc. Yep. Once again, Tilghman, just missed on that one. Sedro Woolley gets the rebound, comes out of backcourt. Slowed up some, pull-up jumper. DeYoung has that one rim out, and Allenson is right on the spot to get the board. Plenty of time to set. No, that's tough. He had a good look. He had spacing and could not get it to drop. We got a foul. That's going to be shots coming up. That foul is going to go against DeYoung. That's his third foul. And that's team foul number 3. So each team's going to have 3 team fouls. We got a timeout on the floor. 3:58 to go in the fourth quarter. And Sedro Woolley leading Lake Stevens 56-50.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Seattle sports on YouTube.
It's amazing.
Have you subscribed? Brock and Salk.
Baseball, man.
Bump and Stacy.
There is always fire.
Wyman and Bob. Phenomenal. Stream the local sports leader live on YouTube. Seattle Sports.
Stevens High School, a 6-point lead for Sedro Woolley. And this non-conference matchup between Northwest League School, Sedro Woolley, and from the Wesco, Western Conference 4A, Lake Stevens. Sedro Woolley 3A, Lake Stevens 4A, and we got a shot coming up. Gazajo at the foul line.
He'll be solid.
With the left-handed shot, it rattles and drops, and he's got another one coming as well. Total of 6 points in the game. Hit a three-pointer earlier in the quarter that certainly helped keep Lake Stevens in this one. But it's been all Cubs since very early on. Thing is, that can change very quickly with staying this close. So we're over halfway through the fourth quarter. Look at that defense right there. He's been doing it all game long for Lake Stevens. They have really made it tough for Sedro Woolley to penetrate inside. Look at that. Double team. DeYoung has to finally get it way outside. The other twin tower out there, Isaac Johnson, out past the three-point line now. DeYoung having to do a lot of it himself right here. Up in the air, he's got some opening there, and that one's going to come loose. Almost a 30-second shot clock violation. And now it's going back the other direction to Lake Stevens. There it is, comes off the rim. Lake Stevens has missed a number of outside shots here in the second half. And we have a whistle and a foul called against Sedro Woolley, which is going to be their fourth team foul. This time the foul is going to go against Isaac Johnson. Back and forth they go. Johnson with his first foul. Pull-up jumper. Oh. Lake Stevens has had a lot of those that have been so close that have come out. Poked away. Tillman goes, tries to get it. That's going to be a held ball, and it's going to stay with the Lake Stevens Vikings. Down by 4 points, just under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Gabe Allenson back into the game for Lake Stevens. Jay Thompson rejoins the Sedro Woolley lineup. Again, Lake Stevens down to your left in the white uniform. Sedro Woolley, the visiting team from Skagit County. Oh, that was a little bit sloppy on the pass. It's picked up by DeYoung. Spins around, has it knocked away, but I do believe we've got a foul called. He was playing him real tight, and it's going to be Freeman called for the foul. They're discussing it. Our officials, Steve Landreau, Mike McFadden, and Tony Cherlin. Veterans here. Yeah, the foul is on Freeman. That's going to be his third foul. Each team with 14 fouls, so it shots the rest away no matter what. DeYoung connects on the foul shot. He's got 21 points in the game. He's 2 for 3 from the line, and all those foul shots have occurred here in the fourth quarter. Can he put it up to a 6-point lead? Spins it perfectly in again. Sedro Woolley is 5 for 6 from the foul line. And Lake Stevens has just been perfect. 7 for 7. We got a timeout called. It's going to be a full timeout called by Sedro Woolley. They lead 58-52, 2:47 to go fourth quarter here on STSPN and the Seattle Sports app.
We don't really think about it until this happens. Don't get backed up. Call Wesco Septic Service. They are the sustainable, environmentally friendly choice. Wesco uses a recycling process that returns clear, clean water. They offer septic service and repair for both King and Snohomish counties. Wesco Septic Service is a local, family-owned business, so you can count on reliable, environmentally friendly service. Call them today.
How is it that Bickford Ford in Snohomish is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford store? Maybe it's the Ford F-Series, America's most popular truck brand for 48 years. The extensive inventory, nearly 10 acres of it. Could it be location? Beautiful Snohomish? That all counts, but more likely it's the Bickford family, committed to the community since 1934. Discover the value, respect, and savings that can only happen at family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish, bickford.net.
Welcome back. It's a 6-point lead for Sedro Woolley. 58-52. Mark Ockett, Todd Elvig, Sarah Elvig here tonight. Nice to see Sarah join us this evening on the camera. Got a nice monitor. It looks like more new equipment for you. Always keeping things actually ahead of the curve. Blake Stevens with the basketball. Cross-court pass is going to be intercepted by Sedro Woolley. Here he goes, DeYoung, and that's just awesome. Down low, there is a whistle, but it was stopped. A great play by Devin Freeman, and DeYoung has found it tough sledding down inside. Man, that was just excellent.
They collapsed pretty fast down there in the.
Yeah, Lake Stevens has made it very tough inside, which is why they've been able to stay somewhat close in this game. They had it down to 3 just a few minutes ago, and time is becoming a part of this now as they approach 2 minutes to go at 2:05. DeYoung with the basketball cannot find an opening. Dishes off. Johnson, nope. DeYoung's right there, puts it in, and is fouled. Perfect positioning, gets the basket, and now he'll get a foul shot on top of that. That foul is going to be called against Devin Freeman, his 4th foul. DeYoung is at the foul line, and that's 5 team fouls against Lake Stevens. 61-52. As we're under 2 minutes now, Lake Stevens in front court, they're down by 9. Just how quickly things can change just like that. You go from a 3-point deficit to a 9-pointer, and at a crucial time, too. Underneath, Gazao comes through with the basket, and we got a 30-second timeout called by Lake Stevens. 1:38 to go in the 4th quarter. 7-point lead for Sedro Woolley, as they'd like to hang on as they've been on top throughout most of this. Last time they trailed was 4-2 early on. They were down 2-0. Then it was 2-2, 4-2, 4-4, and then they took off from there. Oak Harbor was where Sedro Woolley started playing some good basketball during this stretch. And actually it was at Sedro Woolley they defeated Oak Harbor 74-57. That was on December 30th. And then another win against Everett at Everett High School, 62-49 on January 5th. They lost at Linden. Linden's always tough, 79-71 on January 7th. And then came away with a victory at home at Sedro Woolley against Lakewood in a conference game, 76-69. So that shows their trend. They've won 3 out of 4 and 4 out of 6. Steal and good. Freeman, like a free bird out there, coming through with the pick. Lake Stevens showing the press, down by 5. And Sedro Woolley's going to take some time off the clock. Wisely, they got plenty to work with. 15 on the shot clock. Still over a minute to go here in the 4th quarter. 10 on the shot clock. Now Lake Stevens going to come out and foul. 2 guys out there, Gazao and also Bekele, and that's going to be against Gazao, his 4th foul. And 5 team fouls. At the foul line, Clifford Tadema, he's got 12 points. This will be his first trip to the foul line. He's hit 2 3-pointers in the game. Tay Thompson has 2 for Sedro Woolley. That one's good. That's a big shot right there with 1:03 to go. Fourth quarter action. 14 fouls for Sedro Woolley. Big one right there as he connects on it. 8 points for him. Also, Johnson has a couple of three-pointers. DeYoung has one in there. Lake Stevens with the basketball in front court. Long range. There you go. But Kelly nails that one. 4-point game. This one's going right down to the wire. Will it get forced to overtime? That remains to be seen. Sedro Woolley in front court, moving that ball around. That's what they've done throughout the game. That's going to be another foul. That's going to be called against Lake Stevens. It's against McKelly. That'll be 2 shots. That's where we're at. That's McKelly's first foul. Yeah, Lake Stevens going over the 5 here a short while ago. And at the foul line, Camden Howell, his first trip to the line. They've done some good practicing with their foul shooting. They are 8 for 9 from the line and 9 for 10. 5-point lead. Lake Stevens better make it happen quickly. And they're going to try right there. McKelly, 3! Timeout, Lake Stevens. Full timeout called by the Vikings. McKelly, no problem. They did exactly what they needed to do. Came down quickly, got it to him above the arc, and boom, down it went. So we'll be back after this timeout.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Seattle Sports on YouTube.
It's amazing.
Have you subscribed? Brock and Salk.
Baseball, man.
Bump and Stacy.
There is always fire.
Wyman and Bob. Phenomenal. Stream the local sports leader live on YouTube. Seattle Sports.
Welcome back here. We are at Lake Stevens High School. 65-62 is the score. Sedro Woolley is up by 3 points. They have the basketball. A full timeout was just called by Lake Stevens. They have no timeouts left. Sedro Woolley has 2 timeouts left. Lake Stevens 5 team fouls, 4 for Sedro Woolley. Into front court, DeYoung. They're going to go with the half-court offense right there, which they have been doing. We got timeout. Timeout called by the head coach for Sedro Woolley. As Sedro Woolley had the ball in front court, Kevin Kesty. And so this is a full timeout, and they'll have 1 timeout after this. How about this game, Todd? Has this been a lot of fun?
Man, oh man, it's just awesome.
Yeah, haven't had a chance to do one with you for about 3 weeks. Then we have another one coming up in a couple of weeks together, and then one in February. But it's great to get out and do this. And you cover a lot of ground. Keep busy.
We do cover a lot of ground. It's easier to cover when I've got my help over here.
Yeah, Sarah does help, and she's an EMT now, right?
Yes, she is.
Done very well.
But she's thinking about being an electrician.
Oh, really? Switching gears?
Switching gears.
Multi-talented, versatile. Okay, 3-point lead for Sedro Woolley as they come in with an overall record of 6-4. Overall averaging outscoring their opponents by 8.7 points. Lake Stevens overall 8-3. Obviously, this is non-conference. Lake Stevens is 4-1 in conference play. Sedro Woolley is 4-3. They're in 7th place, and Lake Stevens is in 2nd in Wesco 4A behind Glacier Peak, having another phenomenal year. So Sedro Woolley will inbound. Yep. That's going to be McKelly called for the foul, his second foul. It'll be 2 shots for Sedro Woolley. Official indication given by Mike McFadden. Again, Steve Landreau out there, Tony Cherlin. There's those of us, which is us, have been around here a long time. You definitely just walk in and go, oh, okay, that's the crew. We know them. 2 shots. Camden Howell with the first one.
Oh!
Chunks it off the front of the rim. Casao is in, and Devin Freeman is back. Freeman's playing with 4 fouls. So is Gazao, but it's late. 18.6 is a big one, obviously. Short. Yeah, you can see that. And who's going to get it? Hot potato. Goes out of bounds, and Sedro Woolley's going to have possession. Man, the energy has been tremendous. Hopefully everybody's feeling it through the broadcast, because we certainly are at high octane here. Make sure you got the right amount of guys on the floor, as they will sub in. Pretty quick lineup out there for Lake Stevens, a little bit smaller. Sedro Woolley
I don't know
has
what he's looking for.
Had their big guys out there
a towel
throughout
or?
most of the game. Isaac Johnson and Ethan DeYoung. Looking to see, yeah, he's getting a towel to dry off the basketball. There you go. All right, inbound time, 15.2 on the clock, 4th quarter. We're going to have a foul coming up. He reached in, there it is. That's McKelly called for the foul. It's going to be his 3rd foul. He's still got a little room left and 2 shots. Again, last time it was Camden Howell missing a couple of shots. That was big. Now we have, stepping up to the line, Clifford Katama. Oh, wow. My goodness.
I rarely see fouls pay off, but boy, it's paid off here in States.
It sure has. Those are 3 huge misses for Sedro Woolley, keeping Lake Stevens right there, and only down by 3. 1 possession game. He needs to nail this one. Got to focus. No! But DeYoung gets the rebound. And the whistle. There is going to be a foul call. Looked like he was trying to call timeout, too. This is going to go against Tilghman, his 3rd. Wow, is he going to be able to break the streak? 4 foul shots missed in a row by Sedro Woolley at a crucial time. Hey, 4 of those, that makes it 69-62. DeYoung at the foul line. He is 3 for 4 at the stripe. 4 for 5 now as he connects on that one. Still plenty of time out there. 1 timeout left for Sedro Woolley. No timeouts for Lake Stevens. And I'm sure Sedro Woolley will just let Lake Stevens come down. And we'll see. You got a 3-pointer and a foul shot to tie it. Oh, that's going to be just off. Comes loose, scramble. Man, 4 out of 5 shots missed from the foul line. Made that 5 out of 6. And it's going to be Lake Stevens' ball. Oh, they're going to have another timeout called.
Yep.
Full timeout is going to be called by Sedro Woolley as they were getting set out there. A 4-point lead for the Cubs. 3.2 seconds left, 4th quarter on STSPN and the Seattle Sports app.
How is it that Bickford Ford in Snohomish is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford store? Maybe it's the Ford F-Series, America's most popular truck brand for 48 years. The extensive inventory, nearly 10 acres of it. Could it be location? Beautiful Snohomish? That all counts, but more likely it's the Bickford family, committed to the community since 1934. Discover the value, respect, and savings that can only happen at family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish, bickford.net.
Seattle Sports on YouTube.
It's amazing.
Have you subscribed? Brock and Salk.
Baseball, man.
Bump and Stacy.
There is always fire.
Wyman and Bob. Phenomenal. Stream the local sports leader live on YouTube. Seattle Sports.
Live action at Lake Stevens High School. Sedro Woolley 66, Lake Stevens 62. Quick on the inbound, no foul. There's the rebound. And that's it. Final score, Sedro Woolley 66, Lake Stevens 62. Turned out to be a real entertaining game. Lake Stevens trailing throughout most of it, but found ways to come back after being down by double digits a couple of times.
Guys.
And we're going to go for our player of the game. Let's go with Ethan DeYoung. Number 11 for Sedro Woolley. Ethan DeYoung, as Sedro Woolley player coming through. He is a senior.
What do you got for defensive player?
And defensive player of the game. You know, I like Brian Tilgman of Lake Stevens.
No. It's got to be.
Both. I'm sorry. Well, I still like the job he did out there. But let's go with Camden Howell. Let's go with Camden Howell. Camden is number 12.
11 and 12.
So we're going to keep it here, or we're going to? Yeah. Okay, we're going to keep it here. It's nice that they turn the lights on now. It's rather a FM intimate radio setting until we get to the end of the game, and then they crank them up. Yeah, this is a beautiful place.
We got 2 shirts, and we'll talk to them both.
We got both these guys coming up right now. Okay, so let's get them all set here. We have Camden Howell, who's a junior, and Ethan DeYoung, who is a senior. And so, guys, great job out there. That one wasn't over until it was over, right?
That's right.
That's Ethan right there. So, wow. I mean, you guys pulled away early on and just kept getting that 10-point lead to then lead at the end of the first quarter 20-10. But they didn't go away.
No, they didn't.
Let's talk about, like we picked you as defensive player of the game. So let's talk about what you did defensively with that Camden to help get them shut down, and as a team did that.
Well, I know that my way on the court, I love to help this guy out right here.
Yeah.
Like everything I can do, take charges, just anywhere I can get my hands on the ball. That's a big part of my philosophy as a player.
That's a great philosophy. That's a team philosophy, and that helped your team get a 66-62 win. You were great inside trying to work hard, and they were tough, clogging it up there like Stevens was.
Yep.
Made it pretty challenging for you out there tonight, but you still came through. We have you for 25 points, and you light it up on a nightly basis. Tell us about how you felt out there on the court tonight.
Yeah, we were able to move the ball really well, and lots of guys setting screens, getting open shots most times down the court. So
that's what we were talking about, is how well you guys moved the ball. It was great just seeing how everybody knows where each other is on the court, and just how quickly those passes go, which obviously throws the other team out of their positions.
Yeah, so we do a lot of stuff off the court that helps with that. We get a lot of sleepovers. We're really close as a team, so that helps with our chemistry. I know where he is at all times, so
that makes a big difference. Have you guys been playing together growing up and stuff in Sedro Woolley?
Yeah, us seniors have been playing together since 5th grade or something. So
that's great.
Yep, really connected.
And you guys are in a very competitive league with the Northwest League. You're the highest sitting 3A team in that league, and now you improved to 7-4 overall. And I got teams in front of you although 1A team, Linden Christian's always tough.
Yep.
And then Linden, Seaholm, but you guys are right there, and we wish you great success the rest of the way. It was cool to come out and broadcast a non-conference game and get to see you guys, get to see the Cubs come into town. And so, yeah, there's your one for player of the game. And, yeah, go ahead and show those right there. And that's Ethan's right there. And then Camden will have the defender of the night. We almost had a dunk of the night. That came pretty close, but
bounced out.
Yeah, just those. It happens. You got some time. You guys got some time to work on that. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
You have a nice night. Enjoy the T-shirts. Wear those around campus, and we'll see you down the road.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. And the final score is 66-62 as Sedro Woolley gets the victory here on Lake Stevens home court. I'm Mark Ockett with Todd Elvig, Sarah Elvig, and it was a blast. I know I'll be with you again in a couple of weeks. And I tell you, we definitely got some entertainment out here tonight, and we hope everybody enjoyed it viewing on STSPN and the Seattle Sports app and internationally. Look at this guy, nice guy coming up to say hi. That's Clifford Tadama. He is coming by. Guys, give him a T-shirt too. That's it. That's a good guy right there. So, Tadema coming up and saying hi to us. And, they have some great sportsmen both at this school here at Lake Stevens and at Sedro Woolley. Great communities. All right, folks, we appreciate you tuning in. And Todd will be at North Creek tomorrow with Mount Si against North Creek. That's a Kingco battle. It will also be on Seattle Sports app and STSPN. So tune in for that, and a lot more games coming up as we move through the month of January, where it's really heating up as far as they head towards the postseason. Again, final score is Sedro Woolley Cubs 66, Lake Stevens Vikings 62. And remember, winning is for tonight. Sportsmanship is for a lifetime. Mark Hoggett saying good night, everybody.
Deep three for Nasanek, and he nails it. Hawkins, he finds it. Nagel for three. Drives not there, but the putback.
Step through move, kick it out. Connor, three on the way. Back. Little highlight time.
Cuellar just goes hard.
Backed out for a three on the way. Down at Joe's.
Hawkins for three. Got it!
White is going to shoot the three. Foot in the lane. Head fake going the long way.
Here's a long outside three, and bang, down it goes.
4 on the shot clock. Turnaround jumper. Got it. Yes.
Outbody travel.
I did too.
Up fake. Once, twice. Finally, Baylor puts it up and in.
Cuellar's not shy. Drives into the paint. Turns. And it falls. Trey. Tough shot. Oh, finally,
Dribble drive through. Connor to Jones with the bucket.
McFerrin back down. Open three. Hawkins buries it.
Gets him off. Now turns. Tough shot. He goes. Great shot.
15 on the shot clock. Goes around the screen. Back out. That's a long outside three that goes down.